Good morning, good evening, and good night. This is another edition of Hong Kong House of Cards where Adriana Ramirez is meeting up with Gravedigger to talk business. Don't worry too much about the dice, those are just my nightmare roll. And so, Adriana will show up looking all businesslike with a medical mask covering her face. She'll ask to see Gravedigger.
Okay, you go to the club. There's a rather attractive young woman who's behind the bar who, is when you ask about Gravedigger, she looks you up and down and she goes, "Oh, is this for business or pleasure, love?"
Only take pleasure in women, and she'll touch her face, but I'm here for business.
Right here then. Huh. She will proceed to, she'll kind of touch her earpiece and she'll basically calm down and she'll say, "Spider, someone wants to come meet the boss. Do you want to see them before I take them down?"
Si, senor.
Okay. She brings you down a set of back steps behind the bar into one of those. You know how most bars have a room next to or below the bar that they keep booze in, like lots of it in case it needs to be brought up to the bar.
Mm-hmm.
She brings you down into one of those, and she knocks on a large metal door that's set off to the right, just like, which is the door to the security room.
Mm-hmm. She's just sitting there patiently.
Sorry about this, but we've got some new security protocols and all that stuff since people were starting to spontaneously combust in the bar. It was bad for business.
I can imagine.
Spider, get your gringo ass out here. Bang, bang, bang.
It comes out, no. You're the gringo.
I'm sorry that my racial slurs were not exactly correct. And she kind of hops and goes back upstairs to the bar.
Adriana Ramirez, I'm here to meet Gravedigger. She'll hold out her hand to Spider to shake his hand.
Excuse me. There we go. He'll shake your hand and say, Gabriel Reyes. Or you can call me Spider. Everyone calls me Spider. And I will start taking you to Gravedigger.
Okay. It's pretty easy. There's basically one of the huge barrels that's easy to pop open, and it's like big enough for you to just duck underneath. And there's the set of spiral staircase. There's a kind of a spiraling staircase that goes down. And when you emerge, there are a couple of doors. He brings you towards the door that is Gravedigger's library and pushes it open. And you see a rather large, like this is at least a 3-point, if not more, library. So it's pretty vast. Library that is being obscured underneath the ground in a kind of a very Victorian style, and you see Gravedigger physically sitting, leaning against a desk with a huge book in his hands, and he says, "Ah, Miss Ramirez, it's a pleasure to see you again."
Gravedigger?
"I would offer you refreshment, but I'm not sure you partake."
Not quite.
"Shame. Spider, come in, close the door after you, please."
Yeah, he does.
Okay. Would you care to take a seat?
She'll sit. So, I'm assuming this is your magic place, if I had to guess.
Spider, we shall have to rechristen it. This is no longer a sanctum. This is a magic place.
I'm sorry, I'm not very familiar with mage terminology.
If it helps, neither were we when we first came into the world. But he will sit you down in a very kind of a comfortable armchair, which is next to a fire, like a kind of a log fire. You've no idea where the smoke goes, but it's going somewhere, God knows. But if there's a roll needed to be next, no, it's an ordinary fire that's contained. So I wouldn't say there's a Rorschach kind of fire test. and he will say, "So, what is it I can do for you, Miss Ramirez?"
I was simply curious about you and the kind of business you conduct.
He leans back in the chair, kind of steepling his fingers. Yeah, would you like to be a little bit more exact? I do a lot of things.
Information brokers specifically.
Ah, well, I see you have nothing but the most excellent of taste. What is it you would like to know?
Well, there is one stipulation. As you know, the Tarot Accord, I hold the position of the devil, and it's my job to prevent word of the Accord from getting out into the world.
Mm-hmm.
I wanted to make that very clear to you.
Miss Ramirez, I assure you, I have done business with several members of your, I believe the term is house, in my tenure in the city. I am nothing if not the soul of discretion. You can always rely on Gravedigger.
So, let's just be friendly with each other for now. Conversate, I guess. Is there anything you need to know about the city?
He smiles and he says, asking an information broker if there's anything he needs to know. That's amusing. I know most everything I need to know, Miss Ramirez, about the city, I think. With one possible exception that you might be able to help me with.
Oh?
I would consider it a fair trade, a secret for a secret.
And what said secret is it you need?
There's an individual who twice, once here in my establishment and the other time in the home of Jason Morley, has been scampering around unseen. I was wondering why they do that.
Should I make an intelligence roll to tell this is a Nosferatu or something?
You were there whenever the bubble was thrown at the guy.
Oh, yeah. Ah, yes, those fellows. So you know, the reason why they go around unseen is that they are so ugly. If they were seen by humans, our secret of supernaturals in the city would be not so secret.
How very interesting. I didn't know this. Thank you for that information. Now then, you must ask me something in exchange, for that's how the game works.
Hey, what little I do know about mages is that you can see things other people can't see. So, did you see anything when Zalish died?
Yes. I saw his soul torn into tens of thousands of little pieces and turned to dust and blown away.
True. Nod. I should probably roll manipulation subterfuge so she doesn't look surprised. Okay. Vampire characters.
Oh, Adriana's.
The very Catholic lady just found out your soul was ripped to shreds after you die as a vampire.
That's a bit of a problem.
That is a bit of a problem.
Oh, she didn't know that. Shit.
Nope.
Boss, are you giving away freebies again?
She told me something I wanted to know. It's a fair trade, a secret for a secret.
Okay, she got one success.
Okay, I'm gonna actually have to do this. Caleb, can you roll my dice for me?
Yes, easy buddy.
This is site-based, so this is going to get interesting. I have 7 dice for my determining if someone's lying. Perception, empathy.
Well, this is more of I'm trying not to react over lying, but you will reach up and start playing.
How many dice?
7 dice, dear. And it's a diff 4, which is, wow. That's spectacularly bad. I don't actually tell the difference because there are 3 1s in that and 3 successes. Fuck. Okay.
So all you see is her reach up and start playing with a little necklace after you tell her this information.
He kind of quirks an eyebrow and he says, that was all. Nothing more spectacular than that.
I was expecting an explosion of some sort.
Why?
I don't know. The bigger and badder people tend to be.
He kind of, you can see he thinks about that and he says, Spider, in your life, how many people would you say that you've killed? Rough ballpark figure.
Yeah, it's actually cold because it was outside. And
27.
Yeah.
That's not a bad figure. Has it ever been glamorous or ever been anything more than... Has it... He's joking, I hope. Anyway, has it ever been glamorous? Has it ever been an explosion? People just die.
No, people just die.
It's the same. Regardless of how powerful you are, death is death. It's always the way.
Would you like to know anything particular about my museum? I'm pretty sure you've heard of it.
Indeed. You run the Occult Museum.
It's a little bit more than that, but yes.
A secret for a secret, then. There are different families. I believe you call them clans. Yes?
Yes.
I have a question.
I might
What
have an answer.
family are you?
Sure. Lean back and think. What would the information be worth?
What do you desire? I tell you what, I will tell you something vital as to the city's security. Something that will be very valuable for the devil to know. For free, of course.
Let's hear it.
Is that worth your family's name?
I'm sorry. There was this silly thing on the TV. My family's name tends to be a bit more valuable than most.
Very well then, I will give you the information in good faith, and we'll see if it's worth the price. Though Zalisha's dead, his children aren't. There are at least a number of... He looks up at Caleb and says, the word was Schlotka? Yes? I think.
I think that was it.
Yes. A number of Schlotka war creatures that he bred that are still running around the city, terrorizing people.
Yes, me and my kind know we're in the process of taking care of such things. If you would like to know, fire works particularly well against them.
You can actually see him make a note of that. Giant ball of flesh, equal fire equal fucked up.
I mean, I got a fair amount of vampire lore. Is any of this really like new information to me?
I don't think so. I think this is stuff that you probably already you hit them with fire. That's pretty. I mean, hell, I could tell you that just from watching horror movies. Things don't like fire.
Yep.
But he will smile and say, however, what would the location of these entities be worth to you?
See, I'm not worried about the small things. I'm worried about something much bigger.
Oh.
Sorry. So you know how Zalish created these creatures and molded them together? He molded a house of sorts for himself.
Out of people?
Yes.
He kind of just exclaims, like, not to anyone in particular, but kind of to the universe, who does that? Why would you do that?
I'm very interested in finding the location of this to destroy it.
Who does that? You can see he kind of regains his composure and he's just like, yes. Yes. I mean, yes. We could find that for you.
And what would this information cost me?
At this point, I think that we're just into... I don't know. Money is always nice. I like money.
Okay. She'll put out a little note or checkbook and scribble a number on it. She'll show it to you and I'll put it on the side chat.
I can't actually read the side chat.
She's offering you.
I can tell you it's 2K.
He will smile very sweetly, and he will say, because you are so lovely, my dear, I'll accept this. However, in the future, my standard rate is slightly higher for things that might rend my mind out of itself.
Hello.
I don't know. I'm always up for that.
Well, that is right.
In that case, I might require a wild tiger. I'm going to throw Pokeballs at him.
Hello.
Hello.
Yeah.
Basically, what Gravedigger's going to do is, between himself and Spider, is we're going to find Zalish, because I know where he was when he died, and then we're going to use Time Sight to basically, because Spider has the correct amount of time, and I've got the correct amount of quintessence, or the correct amount of correspondence. We're basically going to look backwards through time to find where he left the cathedral, if that makes sense. Like, look backwards through his time.
I take like mine one time too.
No, yeah, that's legit. You're basically just kind of scrying back, like watching him as he goes back in time and so on.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Pretty much. So he's going to bring out a kind of a large, it's like a crystal, like a glass pool thing. If you've seen Lord of the Rings, it's not dissimilar to a glass version of the Palantir, of the Mirror of Galadriel kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
And he'll say,
with the elf lady where she's crying over their futures and gets off with the ring.
Pretty much. So he'll bring that out, along with a kind of a very... he'll look at Spider and he'll say, I think you might need to go and get the knife. You know, the obsidian knife. From upstairs.
Okay.
I love how cheerful he is about, hilarious, mind-rending insanity. Oh, crap. Yeah, I'm going to assume since Gravedigger is very, very cheerful at this moment in time that he's having one of those he's having a manic time, because apparently I have manic depression for a week. I completely forgot about that. So he's going to be, you know,
like if it's plus, you're manic. If it's a minus, you're depressive.
You might as well stick it.
Okay.
Since it's already been
declared.
Yeah.
But yeah, if you want to do it fun ways, there's a fun.
I will totally do it fun ways and see if I'm horribly depressed, because that could be hilarious. Yeah, do that thing. Would you mind rolling it for me, Kim?
No problem. You are
okay. I am.
But,
what could possibly go wrong?
Adriana will stand. Well, since your usual fee is higher, I wouldn't mind paying 6K.
I will happily accept 6K. My standard fee is 5. I will happily accept a tip. He will kind of, you know, he'll as you write a new check, he'll take the check and just kind of put it on, you know, in a drawer of his desk. He will then start pouring water into the crystal viewing pool and wait for Spider to come back down. Spider!
Spider, hurry the fuck up.
Sorry.
It's cool. We were just waiting for you to... Basically, I'm assuming that because you wanted to do magic in a very kind of, you know, Aztec-like way, you probably have an obsidian knife.
Yeah, he comes down with the, like, I'll say even comes down like he's like kind of humming to himself like some oldies as he's putting on like skull face paint and stuff like that. Like do. He has the obsidian knife. He's like, so we're gonna do this, or?
Yeah, we're gonna do this.
All right, dude. Let's do this.
So yeah, the Gravedigger kind of marks out where north, south, east, and west are on the floor. The floor is kind of a black rock in chalk, so he can stand at the east and you can stand at the west, you know, to symbolize the sun rising and setting and all that good stuff. And then he'll use the obsidian knife and he'll drag it across his palm, creating a deep cut, which he'll then drop the blood into the water and start that casting goodness. So I will either get Kim or Caleb to start rolling my Arete at fast rate. Whoever.
Was it 3 or what?
I tell you what, yeah, Caleb, if you don't mind rolling it for me, yes, it is 3, and I will.
Holy crap, 60!
Holy crap, 60. Okay, it's over 9,000 anyway.
60 Arete. Get it.
I need.
What's the diff?
Let me just do this. It's a level 2 effect, but I'm using a custom foci, and I'm using foci, so that lowers it by 2. Tiger, yes.
Yes. So your difficulty would be 3.
So that's 3 successes so far. How many successes do you want for me to fix the location, basically?
Let's go 6.
Okay. So could you roll again for me, please, Caleb? It's a continuous roll until I accrue 6 successes. And I have 6 successes on the second roll.
There you go.
So basically, the place where Zalish died shimmers into life. And then he will say, he'll give the exact date and time, because he was at the event, to Caleb. So Caleb can start, you know, rolling his own Arete and basically going back to that point in time so we can see it.
So what's the difficulty for me? Same thing or no?
It's if you're using a custom foci and yeah, you've got your face paint and you're using some of your blood and all that jazz, then it'll be the same because it's a level 2 effect.
Mm-hmm.
Only 1 success because the 1 cancels the thing. So just it's a matter of just keep rolling pretty much until. How many successes do you want for this one, Tiger?
We'll go 5.
Okay, so you need 4 more successes.
God dang it! And
so that's another 1 success. So you need 3 more. There we go.
Is that another 3?
Yeah, he has another 3 now.
Cool.
Can Adriana see what we're seeing if it's reflected in the water, basically?
I would think so, yeah.
Okay. So you basically see the scene of Zalisha's death, which is not... I'm actually not joking when I said that he kind of... When he died, he just kind of fell to the ground and disintegrated. You're not seeing his soul disintegrate, you're seeing his body, but, it's not a glamorous thing. It's not like an explosion or anything.
Yeah.
And he was saying,
that would have been like the first time she's seen a vampire die and not like a flesh-crafted thing die.
Okay. Do you feel that this is worthy of some kind of role so you don't freak out?
Nah, she didn't care for Zalish.
That'll do. Okay, so we will then basically, once we've fixed that moment in time, Gravedigger and Spider basically start to... He starts moving backwards in time, as in rewinding, and I'm using correspondence to, now that we've fixed Zalish where he is, to basically follow him, if that makes sense. So it's like panning backwards.
Yeah.
Would you like us to continue to roll things?
No, I mean, you got enough successes to rewind to where the Cathedral of Flesh is.
Okay.
But is it semblance of it showing up?
Oh, yeah.
Everybody has to roll willpower.
Everyone's got to roll willpower. I need Brett to remind me what exactly the effects are, because...
I have my mind shield up if it means that I don't get terrified.
No,
I don't know if it does.
No, because this is something that's going to, it's not a good time.
Like,
This is not good.
you fail or botch, you at the minimum get a permanent nightmare roll.
It changes depending on what kind of supernatural you roll.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I am rolling Adriana's willpower. What's the difficulty? I got at least 2 successes.
I'm not sure. That's what I'm trying to find the fish. But it was go, and I never thought to memorize it, so...
You want to consider, 8?
Yeah.
Since it is, such an awful thing.
I sent
It is pretty horrendous.
notification. Hopefully he can, find it before I have to just go through the entire fucking ST chat.
I mean, hey, I know I'm going to fail it just so I can fail 2 basically checks to maintain my sanity in one day.
Right?
I'm going slightly insane. Though on the bright side, for the next week, I've got a derangement, so I'm less banal.
Yay.
Yay!
You're slightly...
At this point, I'm just going to say Jason Morley's clock just chimes in the corner because it's a thing.
Nathan's?
I mean Nathan's. Yeah, the clock just kind of goes ding 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 ding. Actually, you know what? Yeah, Spider. We've got basically how many successes were made for that cuckoo clock?
30. You have the most masterful work of clocks to ever exist in your...
I mean, you could practically set your time sense off this, Caleb, for Christ's sake. Just oh. I tell you what, popping.
I would say we could just continue on and do the rolls later, but I think one of the effects is that if you fail, you probably pass out.
I mean, I think it's kind of... But bear in mind, I don't think the last time these rules were used, mages were the ones rolling them. So I think as RST, just make it up.
Oh no, there was one mage that was rolling it.
Oh, was it a cool mage? Were they one of the cool kids?
Tony.
Okay, damn it, I have to say yes, or else Kim will come to my house and hurt me.
She will.
She will do it. She's crazy.
Mm-hmm. Oh my god, why do we mess this so much in fucking ST chat? Son of a bitch.
Because we got important things to talk about.
Most of it's just bullshit, though.
No, it's not. Don't tell them that.
We already anticipated this, I'm not going to lie.
Then it's just bullshitting between us.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, bear in mind, that there is a picture of you comparing your arm to a dildo somewhere on one of the chats. I can't remember which one.
Yeah.
The Pentacles.
There we go. Proving that the card against humanity, the bigger, blacker dick, always wins.
For those of you who are going to watch this, I'll tell you the story to keep you distracted. So my fiance, Tiger, has this fraternity he's in called Zeta Beta Tau. As a prank gift, well, actually, every member of Zeta Beta Tau has theoretically a dick that's 13 inches long. And every time you fuck up massively, you lose an inch. There is a person in this fraternity that's down to 2 inches. He's fucked up a lot. So basically, one of the girlfriends of a member bought the Great American Challenge. And for those who don't know, it is 13 inches long and 3 inches thick. This thing, pretty terrifying. And during the most recent retreat for Zeta Beta Tau, somebody castrated the dildo and chopped it up to a bunch of tiny pieces. Everybody's pretty furious at this point, and so we bought a new one to replace it. It's also 1.5 inches longer than the last one.
Okay.
I have a question. Did the person who chopped it up lose an inch off their dick for fucking up horrendously?
In my eyes, they did.
Yeah.
Willpower difficulty 7.
Difficulty 7?
Yes.
I have 4 successes.
Okay.
Okay. Caleb, roll your willpower, difficulty 7.
And what's yours? I'll roll it for you.
-6, 60s.
You got 2 successes.
Hooray! I don't pass out.
Is Caleb good?
Yeah, he's good.
Okay, cool.
My screen's frozen.
Things like looking at it obviously sickens me still, but
Okay. Once again, Gravedigger kind of, he nearly breaks his magical concentration for a moment to announce to the world, "Why would you do this?" But then basically what he does is because the time sight is frozen in that moment of what he does is he then uses correspondence to raise the sight up so that you're seeing the above ground version of where the Cathedral of Flesh would be.
Mm-hmm.
So you're actually seeing, you're getting the road or the landscape around it, and he'll flick it around 360 degrees so you'll be able to identify the area where it is.
Okay. Intelligence to commit it to memory?
Sure.
Two successes.
Yeah, that should be good.
Alrighty.
I was going to make you a map, but okay.
Well, you can also do that. She looks like she's concentrating on the area around it.
Mm-hmm. So basically, his mind still in that moment, Gravedigger will he'll kind of motion for Adriana to go and take something off his desk.
She'll grab it for him.
It's basically like a really cheap kind of, he's got some random detritus on his desk, and he's got like a random, map of Hong Kong, because I've said he had a few of them in a previous scene. So he'll just like mark an X on the spot where his mind and sight currently are, and will kind of motion it away. And then he and Spider will break the connection as he basically goes, ew, 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 ew. It was pulsating.
Yes, there's a reason why I was very interested in getting this location. Get it destroyed as soon as possible.
Yeah, and salt the earth so nothing may ever grow there again.
Yes, suppose that we all for today.
I beg your pardon?
She said, I suppose that would be all for today, unless you need anything else.
He will say, I still never got the family name.
You did nearly go insane for me just then. Tremere. And that's all she'll say before walking out.
As you walk out, just before the door closes, you'll hear him say, one day I will forget the information as to why the Order of Hermes hate you so much. One day.
Yes, I suppose so.
And the door will simply slide closed behind you. As Gravedigger goes and washes his eyes with vodka.
Ow!
There are certain things you cannot unsee, Spider. We cannot unsee what our eyes have seen.
He goes, you don't need to unsee it, you just need to misremember it. And he proceeds to pull the cork out of a bottle of rum and starts going to town.
Okay, this seems like a good place to end the scene. Thank you, players, for playing. Thank you, watchers, for watching. Have a nice night.